I considered what I would say today. I sat and reflected on the events that transpired.
What all about?
I don't know. Mainly how I'm just a willing vessel that God has utilized for a larger purpose.
Tell them your name.
Ruth, from the Bible, the greatest collection of books the world has ever known. Much more than a normal book, but a collection of history, poetry, wisdom, and divine prominence throughout the existence of the earth. This people in Bethlehem are great. I was an outsider, you know. To them, I was from an enemy people. I am a Moabite woman. I come from Moab, over a week's journey away. Our history with Israel has not always been rosy. I reflect on these things. People should be together, loving one another, worshiping the one true God, the God of Israel. The world was not like this. It was accepting when acceptable and unforgiving and cruel when it seemed to suit the people the most. I, of course, am hundreds of years removed from the great exodus of Moses. History reflects that the Moabs were cruel to Israel then. Laws remember those days, and they reflect and instruct on how to recompense towards my people. Yet I stand here in Bethlehem accepted a rightful servant of God.
How so?
Bethlehem suffered famine. My mother-in-law Naomi came to Moab with her husband and 2 sons. Her husband passed away. Her 2 sons, one of which was my husband, passed away. She remained in Moab with me and my sister-in-law Orpah, the widow of Naomi's other son. Well, Naomi heard the famine in Bethlehem had ended and decided to return home. Because she had no other sons and was of an older age, she decided best me and Orpah stay in Moab and find new suitors. Orpah also saw it best she stays in Moab. I, on the other hand, was of a different mindset. I remembered the stories, the truths revealed to me about the God of Israel. I could see him in Naomi. I will go with her to Bethlehem. I will serve her God. I will be of her people. I will die where she dies. Naomi was received well, but she was of a bitter nature because of all she had lost. I learned to not shun God because one has lost, but also to be honest about one's sentiments so that God can be God of those feelings too. Israel's laws allowed for the foreign and poor to glean after field harvesters. I would basically retrieve food that they left from harvesting. Their laws made provision for us, commanding the people of Israel to not strip their fields bare, but leave some for people such as myself to be able to feed. I started out gleaning in the portion of field belonging to Naomi's husband's kinsmen. His harvesters recognized me from Naomi's return. He allowed me to glean and advised I utilize his field. I later found out he was even more kind and made provision for harvest to be left behind so that I could glean. He did so to repay the respect and honor I showed my mother-in-law Naomi. Naomi found out that the field I stumbled upon belonged to her husband's nearest kinsman Boaz, the man who had made provision for me. According to custom, I could be wed to him as nearest kinsman. Naomi advised me of the custom of her people and our God. I was honored to fulfill this custom, but Boaz advised me that he wasn't the nearest kinsman, but the second nearest kinsman. To honor God, we notified the true nearest kinsman of his right to purchase Naomi's husband's estate. He considered, but did not want to lose his inheritance for such a claim. This allowed for the wedding of Boaz and I. God was still making provision for me. Boaz and I have a son. We named him Obed. His name means worship. Worship means devotion to God. My legacy reflects this. From the days I left Moab, to my obedience to Naomi, and my subsequent love for and marriage to Boaz, whom also worships God. From his lifelong devotion to his treating of a stranger, and his obedience to customs. He told me he was surprised that I would choose him over a younger man in Bethlehem. I could have chosen among the rich, but I was chosen by God to marry him. I gave birth to Obed, who fathered Jesse, who is the father of Israel's great King David. And this also means that the Messiah, our Lord Jesus Christ, was born of the line of Boaz and I. Me, a Moabite woman, the unfriendly people to Israel. God was still graceful to us. God throughout history kept his people but extended his